Hi, my name is Rachel, and this is an extract from a testimony that I gave in church in July 2014. This is the story of my divine intervention. This was one of the battles of my life. It indeed was a battle. God was victorious. I didn't know any of this information beforehand. At 41, I became unwell with an infection. I unintentionally ingested something toxic, and perhaps this is what made me medically unwell with the infection. I, however, felt trapped in my home, ashamed to go out in public, and was feeling overwhelmed. This is where God intervened, and I had a divine intervention. Before this, my mum went to church and received a message that I should pray. I started praying more later, about 3 weeks before I fell medically unwell. I also had a dream before I fell medically unwell, which I found rather odd and could not comprehend on the 5th of May 2014. I wrote in my diary at that time that I had a strange dream yesterday. I dreamt that I met God. I said, "Am I going to die then?" And he said, "Not now, but heaven is there for me." Really strange. I don't know what to make of it because no one is meant to meet God and live. I woke up feeling more at ease for the first time in a while. I became medically unwell and people started to pray for me. The day I asked my mum to pray for me, I closed my eyes and saw a vision of people dressed in white, just like they were praying. I quickly opened my eyes up as I said, "I don't want to die now." I closed my eyes again later, and a day later I saw them again. They threw a rose down to my room. When I opened my eyes, I went up and saw gates being opened and went through them. And then I opened my eyes again. I closed my eyes again, and it started with a small multicolored figure on the sidelines like ushering you on. It then started with people in reddish colored garments and it went up to people wearing white, to more people wearing white. I then had a vision. I saw people praising God in church and in what looked like some stadium, and like it was being watched on the television. I was just shown a lot of people in acts of worship. I went over a field of daisies and I just fell asleep. I called my mum's pastor abroad later, and he said I saw that as I need a divine intervention. That night I had another vision. At one point my breathing was very shallow, but I saw people in white garments was doing spiritual work for me, and one of God's houses it looked like. I went again the next day, and they opened the door, and I saw a bright yellow light. My situation started to improve. The headache I developed, which felt like my head was a bit swollen, receded. And also the nighttime sweats improved I awoke to during the worst of this event. I awoke though after the first day with a red-purple mark on my arm, which I have a photograph of. That was the experience of my divine intervention. It continued a bit further for me, which was quite personal to me. Several days after the worst of it, I decided to go and have a blood test because of that encounter. I did the test and the results showed that clearly something very severe had been going on. My ESR was very high and consistent with an extreme infection having present as informed by my GP, general practitioner.